Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the mobile app coaching. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Last trading day of the week, the Fed spoke and the market moved. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. It doesn't look like the alert hit yet. It will in a moment. Once it does, then we'll get hot and heavy into what's going on and the power of the program in your pocket by using the mobile app. See, I'm not using the desktop version of the software. I'm strictly using my iPad. All right, that's all it is. Everything is off of the iPad to really simulate the usage of the VectorVest system strictly from the mobile app. So, not a lot of y'all talking yet. I don't know where the energy is. I know I got the energy. I just need you to pump up the energy, pump up the jam, pump it up while the beat is going, because the market's rolling up, 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 up. And you guys need to know how to use the mobile app to make some money in the stock market. So if you haven't already, share this. Share this with people you know in your circles so that they know how to play this market. And my insights on where this market is going from here and for how long, all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Koo, for putting the link up. If you need to share it, click on that link, share it. I'd love for you to get more people into the room. Looks like now we've got about 60 people in the room. The alert still hasn't gone out yet. Just waiting for it to go out. When it does, then we'll get hopefully a room full of people. We've got 106 people. We'll get a room full of people, and we can rock and roll. Amir says, hello, Uncle Glenn. Hello, Amir. Manju is here. John is here. Richard is here from Minnesota. From Minnesota. All right. So it looks like, again, we got about 100 people in the room. We'll go with that. We'll get it started. I still didn't see the alert come across on my iPad, which is kind of interesting. Danny, hello. How are you? Kiwi, meow, is here today as well. Deborah, you here on a live stream. Amir says, thank you for all you do for us. Listen, it's all about you. Already we got us a super chat. Anthony brought in a super chat of $1.99. Just made $60 off of GDC, and that's $140 of AIRI. That was a stock that I day traded yesterday. You know what I want to do? Let's go look at those two stocks real quick. Let's go look at GDC. We'll put that up. Hold on. We're GDC. See, I don't track that. That wasn't me, but I got AIRI. AIRI. There it is. That was a stock that I day traded yesterday. Big move to the downside today. A lot of profit taking, but there was a lot of opportunity early. Oh, by the way, type the ones in the room. Sorry about that, Anthony. Type the ones in the room for the super chat. Type the ones in the room for the super chat. By the way, folks, super chats are not necessities. It's just a way of sort of kind of tipping us as a way of saying we're doing a good job for you. All right, so thank you very much for that. AIRI, again, that was a speculative play. I day traded. I made about 30% on it. A lot of give back yesterday, a lot of taking back again today, profit taking on the stock. But the other stock that you gave me, I didn't track. I'm sorry about that. Look at this. Look at the buying pressure at the bottom of today's wick. I think this stock still has some upside. Now, it's down 14% today. Why do I think the stock has upside? Because it got a big contract for a company with the market cap that it does. It had a big contract to make engines, GCT engines. I think that's going to be huge news for the company. Huge news for the country, for the company. I still like the upside potential on it. It is still a risky play. It is still a risky play, but I'm glad to see that you made money on it. Again, thank you very much for the super chat. Do appreciate it. Now, let's start off with what's going on in the market. Deborah says all are green except the semiconductor companies. Again, I think that they are still just taking a little bit of a little breather again, but I still like the semiconductor companies because AI is such a prevalent industry in the market. I'm not going to put a lot of panic behind the semiconductors going down. As we look at what's going on, the Fed numbers are cooked. I'm not going down that aisle today. I'm not going down that path today. Can I check out TMCI? Yes, Anthony. You want me to look at? You gave the super chat. TMCI. Is it TMCI? We'll go take a look at that real quick. Ooh, I'm not feeling that. Looking at a 1-year graph, this stock is definitely trending lower. Look at a 3-month graph. Looking at the 3, the 8, and the 20, MACD just went positive. That's a good sign. Coming off this level of support, it's above the 3, the 8, and the 20. Does the stock have some upside? Possibly up to that level of $8.70. I see that possibly happening. I'd like to see more commitment of the stock moving higher. It is an open candle today. Let's zoom this in. It is an open candle today. A little wick at the top. The body is bigger than the wick, but it is the 3, the 8, and the 20 is still above all three. I am looking for more confirmation though. As a day trade, I'd go 5 cents higher than the high. Got to make sure it's moving higher before I pick it up today. But that's what I see on TMCI. Overall, though, looking at a 1-year graph, I'm not feeling that. Unless there's some news moving it, I'd be very careful with it. How about that, Anthony? I'd be careful with it, but from an aggressive standpoint, it is above the 3, 8, and the 20. For your day trade, do you have a VectorVest real-time membership to track, or are you watching the 3, 8, and 20, correct? 'Cause I am on the mobile app looking at the 3 and the 8 exponential, the 20 simple. I don't have to have real time in order to do that. Even if you have end of day VectorVest on the mobile app, you automatically get intraday, which is 15-minute delayed. But if you have real time, you're getting real time information. All right. So that's what I got going on. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. So now I'm going back to Prakash. Prakash says the Fed numbers are cooked. I do see and understand that the Fed talked today from Jackson Hole. What's moving the market up as much as it is, look at this. The Dow is up 0.6. The NASDAQ is pushing 0.9. The S&P is up 0.6. The VVC is up 1%. IWM is up almost 3%. What happens is the smaller cap stocks are moving in anticipation of getting the rate cut in September. The Fed pretty much said that that's going to happen. Pretty much said that that is going to happen. I am of the mindset, as I look at the reports, the data that's going to come out before September, I think that there is going to be a news story that hits that might spook him. IMMR, let's go take a look at it real quick on a 1-year graph. Woof. IMMR looks bad 1 year. It looks not so good on a 3-month, breaking below that level of support. The stock is up 0.4% today. MACD is negative. I'm not feeling IMMR, not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And it's a sell recommendation. Let's go look at Snow, buy or sell. I just did a video on the comparison between Snow and Palantir. Let's go look at Snow. I think that Snow gets way more love than Palantir, and Palantir is a better play. Snow on a 1-year graph looks after earn. Look at that. Look at that move down. We had a move slightly higher from this level of support. Did not break that level of resistance, which is a beautiful level of resistance. And if I'm looking at it today, the stock is just going down. It does have to this level of support, though, to go down. And that was after earnings. They beat on both earnings and on earnings and revenue. I think that in the long run, both of these are similar, but not exactly the same. Palantir still is a better play. It is outperformed Snow. They're both going to be crucial. Look at the difference in the graphs. It's going to be crucial in the AI space when it comes down to information. Did you buy NVIDIA before earnings? I'm already still in NVIDIA. I'm in NVDL. Palantir, I like. Look at the earnings on Palantir. And let's go back to Snow. You know, I'm looking at a 1-year graph. And remember, earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Look at the earnings on Snow falling. All right, so if I'm gonna have to, when I buy Snow, I'm probably not ready to buy Snow. I am trading in NVIDIA and have been. I'm up probably 30% or so. NVDL, I'm up about 30% or so on NVIDIA, but I am playing the NVDL. Let's go to a 3-month graph. Nice bounce off support here. A little bit of a pullback right now. I'm taking a little bit of hit on it, but if I'm looking at the stock, look at the big down day yesterday, but look at the 3 and the 8 never crossed to the downside. MACD is still positive. It's above the 3. The 3 is above the 8 and above the 20. I do have a level of resistance. If I'm still looking to get in, I'm looking at 12 cents higher than that level of resistance to go into there. Yahoo Finance, investors price in 4 rate cuts. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Can you look at one stock, Arlo? Let's go peep that out real quick, ARLO. And again, the power of the program. This is all looking at from a mobile app. Woo, 1 year, wow, 3 months, sell recommendation. Now, I do like that MACD is moving more into the positive territory on a 1 year graph. Let's go look at a 3-month graph. I got a level of resistance to get through right here. I do like the steady move, moving higher, but a sideways move, having a hard time getting past that level of resistance. So, Janesh, am I jumping on board with Arlo? Not yet. Not yet. The 3 is about to cross the 8, but still, from a trend perspective, it is below the 20. Is Amazon a buy now? Let's go take a look at Amazon, AMZN. And one other thing that I want to look at when I look at these stocks on a 1 year graph, let's go look at them fundamentally. Relative value, relative safety, both above 1 on Amazon. It is moving from the bottom left to the top right. It did take a hit going down, but nicely coming off this level of support, right at a level of resistance that it hasn't been able to break through yet. Big down day yesterday. MACD is still positive. A little up today, but look at the selling pressure on today's candle. That is cause for concern with it being right at that level of resistance and down day yesterday and the big wick at the top of today's candle. If you're in Amazon, I would probably say be careful with it. I wouldn't be afraid to take some off the table, especially if you got in from this level of support. Take some of that profit off the table. USFD, I'll look at one more stock, USFD. 1 year, looking at fundamentally sound stock in an uptrend. Bottom left, top right, running. I like it. And it's undervalued. See that right there? It is an undervalued stock. I love that. It's not easy to find a lot of undervalued stocks. Earnings rising. Put this on a 3-month graph. Nice 3-month high today. I like the play. I would look at 12 cents higher than the high if I'm going to buy it today. One more. I keep saying one more stock. One more stock. SMCI. Let's go look at SMCI. Let me get through my presentation. OMG. SMCI. That's a stock I said yesterday I want to like. But I just can't do it. I love the earnings per share. Something is going on with SMCI because a lot of stocks in this space are moving up or have rebounded. SMCI has not. Look at this 3-month graph. Look at the pullback that a lot of the stocks in this space had, right? I do like that MACD is positive, but man, oh man, I got a level of resistance right there. The 3, the 8, and the 20 just barely, but moving sideways. SMCI, because of the space, is a stock that I want to like. I just can't like it right now. I just can't. The stock's got to show me more of what I see. I think I got all VV Nation to like SMCI. Well, I'm not liking it. I haven't liked it since it fell from this level of resistance and fell and fell and fell and fell. The VectorVest target is 900. We don't give a target on a price. We don't. And let me see if you're looking at, this is what you're looking at, the value. That's not a target price. That's what we feel the stock is worth. Now, the stock is undervalued. Hopefully, it does rise to its value in its next 1 to 3 years, but it's not a target price. I'd rather have you in undervalued stocks that are rising in price, and it's not. You know, the VectorVest mantra is to have you in safe. Well, this is a safe stock, right, at 1.4. Undervalued stocks, well, this is undervalued. That's rising in price. That's where I'm getting hurt when it comes down to SMCI. It meets the criteria for safe and undervalued, but it's not rising in price. Would you take profits on NVIDIA before NVIDIA earnings? No. Personally, no. Now, I'm going to do a video next Tuesday on NVIDIA before the earnings comes out. I'm going to tell you that I'm not getting out of it, because I have stops on it. I have stops on it. If the stock reacts negatively to earnings, I'll be able to take a lot of my profit off the table. I'll be ready to take a lot of my profit off the table. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to give a forecast. I'm not going to tell you what my price target is on NVIDIA until I do the Tuesday video. But I've got a higher price target on NVIDIA, knowing that NVIDIA is fairly valued as far as the ETF is concerned. It is in an uptrend. It's got a CI at 1.7. Average. I like the stock. I cannot lie. All right, but I'm going to give you my reasons why I think. I'm going to give you my reasons on Tuesdays of why I think about what I think on NVIDIA. I'm going to hold off on stocks now. All right? I've done a lot more stocks than I normally do this early in the session. So let's wait on stocks. I'll give you an opportunity. Tip Ranks is a place that I do use. I do like Tip Ranks. I don't subscribe to it to get all the other stuff, but I get enough stuff from Tip Ranks. As a matter of I'm not going to get into it. All right, so stops don't work on AMC or BMO. AMC is a meme stock. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy to trade a meme stock unless you're day trading it. But stocks usually don't work that well because a stock like AMC, because of its volatility, can gap down tremendously and blow through your stops. NVIDIA could be doing a little bit better right now. It could be. But I think that it's still one of the hottest stocks on the planet. Not just in the market, on the freaking planet. All right, so I'll talk to you in my Tuesday video on NVIDIA. Ryan did a great video last night on NVIDIA, and it worked out well. It got over 3,000 views. So hopefully that my NVIDIA video next week prior to the earnings next Wednesday will do similar. But I'm going to bring a lot to the table. It's going to be a high-energy video. It's going to definitely be a high-energy video, so make sure you watch out for it on Tuesday. So now let's go back to the market overview. What's going on in the market? Market moved up nicely based upon what the Fed said about cutting the rates. Confirmed call, DEW, primary wave, all up. Green light buyers not up. And it will close with it. We'll get a green light buyer up tonight if we maintain the green light in the color guard pricing column. Now, with all of this bullishness going on, you know me, I like to say you use the color guard to help you to manage your stocks. Yellow, primarily yellow. I'm telling you, if you're going to be bullish, which I'm all for, just be cautiously bullish. Don't be afraid on some of these stocks that I showed you that you take some of the profits off the table. All right, a lot of yellow means cautious. We've got green coming in. That's the bullish side. We got one red light. That throws off things here because now we start to look like a Christmas tree a little bit. That means the market's having a hard time determining which way it wants to go. But it looks like there's a lot more momentum to the upside. Looking at how many stocks, if you're out on the road using the mobile app, how many stocks are going up? 75% of the database is going up today. That's a big up day out of 9,000 stocks that we track. Only 14% of the stocks are going down and 10.4 are unchanged. Let's go over, I want to talk about the guidance that we gave last night. The guidance that we gave last night, because we always look at the views every night. Trepidation, because we had a down day yesterday. Trepidation ahead of Fed Chair Powell's speech, combined with rising Treasury yields to send the Wall Street lower. Prudent investors may buy stocks long only if the market is rising. Boom. Right on point. Market was rising. This was a good day to buy stocks. But it's still, just be careful because there's a lot of yellow in the color guard. Aggressive investors trade to play the market as it develops. If you have the desktop version, we give you our top 5 daily Derby winners and top 5 5-day Derby winners. Look at the Derby win. Look at this. DPO and MACD Killer Cross are up 30.92%, 31% over the last 5 days. Jailbreak up 21.5%. In order to take advantage of this, though, you need to have the desktop version. Can you view the MPI graph on the mobile? And the answer to that, Ecom, is no, you cannot. But I've had a lot of people ask me, can we look at Star Search stocks and MPI stocks and all that kind of stuff on the mobile app? The answer to that is no, but yes, I'm going to show you a workaround to be able to look at some of those searches on the mobile app that you wouldn't normally have. All right, so Kava was a huge winner. Something about some daggone Kava. I don't like Kava. I'm all about Chipotle. Let's go look at Kava. Big move. Kava, there you go. David says it's huge winner. Let's go take a look at this on a 3-month. Look at that. Look at that. Up 22%. Anybody want to take that as a trade up that much? Just type a yes or a no. Because I'm going to put some stocks in the mobile app portfolio today. Yo, everyone in the chat, what should I look into right now? Anthony, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out. Walter says AMC is after the close today. So is this a stock that you would want to put into you guys' portfolios? Yes or no? Mac Daddy says absolutely no. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right. Any updates on the VV Web? Yes, U12. We are still playing with it in-house. And I may have some news for you soon where you guys can get to see it. We'll see. Working on something. I have a bunch at 60 on Kava. Wow, you did well, Prakash. I wouldn't sell it either. Since nobody really wants to answer that, we won't look at buying Kava today into the portfolio. All right, so what would we be doing today? Well, on a day like today, let's go look at opportunities. Let's go to stock pick ideas. All right. No, I don't want to do that yet. I want to do this first. Let's go look at the market. Let's go look at the VVC. That's a 1-year view. The VVC, bottom left, top right. All right, still moving up. Put this on a 3-month graph. Nice bounce off that level of support. Look at the 3, the 8, and the 20 solid. Where did we stop today? Right at the level of resistance. Look at the wick on today's candle. Right at resistance. I think that if we break through, the market's going to still have upside. Still going to have upside up until the September meeting for the rate decision. But I will tell you to keep your eyes on the MTI. Keep your eyes on the MTI. When the MTI gets to a level of about 1.5 to 1.6, the market's looking for a top. The market's moving up nicely, but we're not at a level of looking for a top yet. But if we get close to that level, I could foresee a pullback for a little bit prior to the Fed's decision. All right, prior to the Fed's decision. All right, now let's go back to stock pick ideas. On a day like today, for all you aggressive folks, let's go look at high momentum stocks. VIRC is a stock that I've talked about a lot. I've had a lot of emails of people telling me, thank you, Uncle Glenn, for that stock. VIRC, let's go see if it's worth it to put into our portfolio. Look at that graph. Bottom left, top right, rising earnings, fundamentally sound, RVRS both above 1, nicely in an uptrend, and it's overvalued. You know something? I think I want to put in an order for that. Create an alert. Let's go 5 cents higher than the high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set that alert. Create that alert. That might be a stock we put into the portfolio today. Let's go to GRBK. Up 5% today. Look at that. Bottom left, top right. Look at the rising earnings. Whew. Fundamentally sound. Relative value at 1.5. Relative safety 1.3. Undervalued as well. I'm going to put in an alert on this too. Let's go put in an alert. Create an alert. Where's the high? Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I put in an alert 12 cents higher than the high. What else is up here? DHI, another stock looks good. Undervalued. Relative value, relative safety, both above 1. Whoo-wee. Look at that rising earnings. I'm going to set an alert for that one too. Let's go above the high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm hitting the plus sign to set my alert 12 cents higher than the high. What else is here? DHI, Hovnanian, no. Oh, TPBK. Do I like that? I needed to break above that level of resistance. And the MACD hasn't gone positive. It looks like it might have gone positive today. I like the play, though, up 5.39%, bottom left, top right. I'd like to see it break through that level of resistance, though. Wow, eerie. Indemnity. Now, I like the upward price, but I don't like the falling MACD. That is a bearish divergence. I'd be careful with that stock. Stock's $491. It's up 1% today. I love the move, but I don't like the falling MACD. That is a bearish divergence, and for me, I am going to say be very, very careful with that. That's a red flag for me. I love price action, but I don't like the technical on it, all right? Next one, Hawken. I do like that. It broke through level of resistance today. Look at that. Little wick at the top. MACD is still negative. Let's go put this on a 1-year graph. I'm going to put in an alert for this one. There's the high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to create an alert for that. If any of these alerts hits, we're going to put them into your all's portfolio, which we're going to look at in a second. And you're very welcome, Janess. Wow, CNK, another. These are all momentum plays. Look at these. Look at that. 1-year graph, bottom left, top right, rising earnings, undervalued. Woo! Relative safety is below 1, where relative value is above 1. This is what I would call more of a aggressive play. I'm willing to take the upside, but give up some safety. I'm going to take that, though. Look at that. No, I'm not going to take it. Why? As I get higher, the bars are getting smaller, showing me that this uptrend is getting tired. And I see the MACD moving down. I'm not going to take that. I like the move, but I don't like the fundamentals, the technicals behind it. Relative safety below and relative timing really nice and high. But I'm watching the MACD. I'm not feeling comfortable with that one. Love this. This is a beautiful 45-degree angle. 45-degree angle on Make My Trip. Wow. Overvalued. One of the few that we've seen in this list that is overvalued. Fundamentally sound. Everything else about the stock is good. Love that play. Look at this on a 3-month graph. Ooh, I think I'm going to have to put me an alert on this. Put me a little bit alerty. A little. Ooh, I'm not liking the small bars, though. But let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 294, 2794, create that alert. Now, when an alert comes up, I'll get an alert. I'll get an alert about the alert, and then we're going to put it into the portfolio. Wow. Oh, that was MMYT. PSIX, little volatile in the move. From the last 3 months, gone up nicely. Stopped right at that level of resistance. I'm not ready to take that yet. I do like the up day, very little wick at the top. And I do like the MACD. I need that to go above that level before I take advantage of it. What's the high? 122, 32, 134. I'm going to send an alert. 134. Create a new alert at $100. And that's a little bit more. 34 cents. I'm going to create that alert. All right. What else is in here? Aflac. Look at that graph. So folks, if nothing else, you're sitting today from the mobile app. From a mobile app, you're looking at some great picks for you right here, free of charge. You're looking at great picks to take a look at. Hi, Kathy. Bottom left, top right, new 1-year high, undervalued, fundamentally sound. Whew. Love the earnings. I'm going to set an alert on that too. I got a lot of stocks I can set alerts on. Let's go to that high. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Create that alert. All right. Let's go to the next stock. ENVA. I'd like to see it take out that high before I jump on board. I like the 3, the 8, and the 20. Very little wick at the top of the candle. MACD is still a little negative. I'd like to see it take out that level of resistance first. Same thing with NMIH. All right, same thing. I like to move up the 3, the 8, and the 20. The people who are getting in now are a bit more aggressive, but I'm definitely looking at going above that level. This Sizzle, I was looking at this. This is a Snoop Dogg stock for Sizzle. Yeah, for Sizzle. I'd like to see it take out that level of resistance. End of day, curling over. The 3 to 8 are getting closer. The stock is losing some momentum. Watch the MACD is starting to fall. I'm not ready to take that stock yet. Piper Sandler, the 3, the 8, and the 20 is all in play. I'd like to see it take out that level of resistance. Bottom left, top right, MACD just turning positive, a little bit more aggressive. Let's go back. Fundamentally sound, relative value above 1, relative safety above 1, also undervalued. I do like the play, but I want the play to come to me. All right, let's go one more stock, KBH. Love the earnings. Wow, look at the relative value, relative safety. Again, from the VectorVest perspective, 3-month graph, I'd like to see it take out that level of resistance. I love the 3, the 8, and 20. MACD is about to turn positive. Looks like it possibly did. It's up 4% today. I like it. So that was one way to look at stocks. We're looking at high momentum plays. I'm not ready to look at stocks yet. I'll give you an opportunity. So remember I talked to you a little bit about being able to look at some of the searches on the mobile app. Now, I'm going to show you a workaround, all right? Thank you for wishing my dad an 80th birthday. That's right. Today is my dad's 80th birthday. That's a big thing. 80 years old. 80 years old. Thank you for that, Badger. I appreciate that. In order to do what I'm showing you, you have to have the desktop version. All right? With that being said, you got to have the desktop version. If you go to Screener, you're going to see that we've got a lot of pre-screened screens there for you. All right? There's a lot of screens that are already there for you. But if I make a screen in the desktop, as long as it can manifest itself in the mobile, you'll have it. Let me explain what I mean. Let's go to Explore Screens. All right? Let's go look at Explore Screens. See right there at the top it says My Screens? There's 167 screens that are on my desktop that can be seen on my mobile app. How many of you knew that you could do that? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you knew that you could do that? Type a 1 in the room. I've got 167 screens on my desktop that can be seen in the mobile app. Again, if you knew you could do that, type a 1. If you did not know you could do that, type a 2. If you did not know you could do that, type a 2. So it doesn't look like I brought something new to the table. I see the 1s coming up. That's fine. And that's great. That's great. If you already knew that, then that's a great thing, because if I go click on My Screens, I can go look at, I like to use a lot of star search. Let's go see if I got a star search screen in here. Scrolling down, star search. And I've got the star search pinch on the Russell 2000. The Russell is moving up nice today. All right. The Russell is moving up nice today. So I created a search using the star search pinch. I'll talk more about that at a different time. But on the Russell 2K. And now I can quickly from my mobile app see what stocks are moving. I like this for you guys on the mobile app. There's a lot of things that the mobile app doesn't have, but now, if you didn't know, there are a little bit of workarounds to do that. Mark says, show us where you found that again. All right, sure. I'm going to go back. I went to the screener on the left-hand side. You see that's premium watch list. There's the screener. We have featured screens. All right, click on that. Here's some of our featured screens right here. Let's go back. Let's go to Explore Screens. Click there. And there's here's VectorVest screens. There's 43 screens already there. There's 2 aggressive screens, 4 bottom fishing screens, and so on. We even have screens for the DEW. Green light buyer. When we get a green light buyer, here's a screener for the green light buyer. Price and volume, primary wave. So I like these screeners to coincide with some market timing. All right. So when we get a GLBRT kicker, I got screens for that. When we get a primary wave, I got screens for that. I like this from the perspective of having stocks to look for when you're out and about. These are great ways to find what's moving based upon market timing. All right, so again, I've got my screens, 167. I've got a whole bunch of screens that I've gotten in here. that I like on the desktop that I can bring with me, on the mobile app. This is a lot. I love this. And if you did not know, you can create these, but you've got to have, Ritesh, you've got to have the desktop version to build these screens. Now, let me back that up a little bit. Learn about screens. You know, we've got videos that'll talk to you about learning about screens, all right? But it's not like I can build a screen. Let's go to, I can't build a screen on the fly that I know of in the mobile app. Thus, I've got to have the desktop to bring these over to my mobile app. So you need VV Premium version, must pay up. I don't want to look at it as you must pay up. I'm bringing it to your attention. You can make a decision if that is something you want to do. Because if not, when we explore screens, I've got a lot of screens here that you don't need to have the premium for it, that are here. So if you don't want that, I just bring that to your attention. I try very hard not to sell you anything here. I want to focus more on how you guys can make money with the mobile app. All right. So let's go back to my screens. I was looking at the Star Search. Oh, you know I like the 3 and the 8 too. I created a 3-8 cross. Let's go a cheap 3-8 cross. These are lower dollar stocks. Lower dollar stocks that have the 3-8 crossover. Let's go check them out. Put this on 3 month. I actually put this back. 3-8 is more of an aggressive play, right? Look at the 1 year graph on this stock. Earnings don't look so good. Let's go see if I can find one that's cheap with earnings looking better. These are aggressive plays, so earnings may not be so pretty. Right? At least I know that going into the game, just looking at these stocks. These stocks may have 3-8 crossing, but it's more aggressive. These are probably not stocks that I want to hold long term. All right, let me back up a little bit. Cheap long-term stocks. Ooh, cheap long-term stocks with the 3-8 cross. Only one. Look at the rising earnings on it. $7.21. There you go. These are cheap long-term stocks because the stock is undervalued as a $7 stock. RV is above 1, relative safety is below 1, more of an aggressive play. But let's put this on a 3-month graph. The 3 and the 8 cross a couple of days ago. Could that have been a good buy? And MACD just went positive. What else do I have in it? I got a lot of searches here. Copy of cheap stocks, daily boomers. These stocks are up at least 10%. Look at these. Look at these plays. This is more of an aggressive play as well. Let's go take 3-month graph. Goodness gracious, that was news. I don't know if I want that. That was probably news too. That's not so good. Big wick. This one is breaking through resistance. I don't know. More aggressive plays. 3-8s are aggressive plays. Let's go see. Do I have an NPI in here? Near perfect search. Here's NPI plays. Look at that. So I may not have the graphs here, but I do have the ability to look at the stocks that are found from the searches. Again, if you did not know this, now you do. All right. What else is here? What else is in Glenn's heavy hitters? Ooh. Let's go see if that's worth anything. Ew. That's not so good. I like coming off this level of support. No, I'm not feeling that. ACCYY. $8.30 up 3% today, breaking through this level of resistance. I do like that. There it is. I do like that. With very little wick at the top. Again, maybe I'm giving you some good picks here to at least keep your eyes on. That's crap. Nice move on this stock after coming off this level of support, breaking through a level of resistance, trying to break through. Nice move on MACD. It's up 25% today. That's probably news driven. It is a sell stock. If that candle could break above that level of resistance, I might keep my eyes on it. Just copy the screen via right click and copy into the mobile watch list. There you go, Fitz. All right. What other stocks are in here? What time is it? 12:39. Man, time flies when you're having fun. I got a lot of searches in here, and at some point in time, I'd like for you to do the same thing. All right, top weekly picks. This is how I get my top weekly picks for Monday. Let's go top weekly picks. Look at those stocks. Look at that. Your Uncle Glenn is hooking you up. Bottom left, top right. Bottom left, top right. Look at these stocks. This is why you need to watch my Monday video every week. These are the kinds of stocks that I have for the top weekly picks. Look at these stocks. IESC, NVIDIA, KKR, LRN. These are the stocks that I give you every Monday on the YouTube channel. Now, Williams-Sonoma, meets the criteria, but moving down, let's go put that on a 3-month graph. I'm not feeling that coming off that level of support. Nice up day today. Very little wick. It's got to come through this level of resistance, though. It meets the criteria, but I'm not feeling that right now. But, man, CVLT. Hey, how many of you are getting new picks right now? How many of you are getting new picks to keep on your radar? Just type a 1 in the room. How many of you are getting new picks? Again, I'm doing this all from the mobile app. I'm doing all of this from the mobile app. No desktop right here. No desktop right here. I like the move on this coming off of a level of support, breaking through. This stock's got room all the way up to that level of resistance. Norman's the only one getting new stocks. That's fine. Now Amir. That's all right. Listen, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I want you guys to walk away, even if you say it in the room or not. I want you guys to walk away with some content that can help you to make some money. Toll Brothers, though, look at that new 3-month high. Love this. I'd be looking at 12 cents higher than the high. Hey, you leaving, Jazz? Have a good weekend, buddy. Have a good weekend. What do you think? What do you all think of BDCs? What the flying flip is a BDC? What's a BDC? I don't know what a BDC is. All right. So we looked at, I wanted to point out not only is watch list very important. If you do have the desktop version of the software, I need you to start making sure that a lot of the searches that you've created work their way over to the mobile app. Oh, man, I am so sorry to hear about that, Jazz. I am so sorry to hear that, man. Sorry, you have a good weekend, and I'm praying for you. I definitely am. I am doing that. I am praying for you, my friend. I am so sorry to hear that. All right. From this perspective of how powerful the program is, the power of the program in your pocket, 2 main things that you walk away every week from the mobile app coaching: making sure that you've got watch lists, to cover everything you want to take a look at, but making sure that you have a lot of your own searches that will translate over to the mobile app. Why can't we get pre-market data on the mobile app? That's a good question that I don't have an answer to. That is a good question that I do not have an answer to. Maybe I can try to find out. Business development companies, BDCs. I got to see if I can find what those companies are, Jen. I can build a watch list of those. I can build a watch list of those. BDCs. You down with BDCs? BDC companies. Watch list. Let me see what I can do. Jen. All right. So I'm at a point where we can start looking at your stocks. All right, and let's go do that. Let's go build a watch list of your stocks. How many likes do we have? 50? I'm still going to give you 10 stocks. All right, here we go. Set your stocks up. Glenn, could you look at 2 Canadian stocks today? I am not in the Canadian database. Maybe one of these Fridays I can be in both. That's a good idea. Maybe one of these Fridays I can be in both. I'm just not in it today. All right. Uber, VNO, sounds like wine. Vino, ServiceNow, GoDaddy, GDDY, ARBK, PGR, it's a good play. ARCC, HEPS. Already got ServiceNow, BWXT. So you know the rule. You know, for every 10 likes we get, I look at a stock. We got 52 likes. I still gave you 10 stocks. You can only do this on the desktop. I'm not doing this on. Everything you see me doing right now is not on the desktop. Everything that I'm doing right now is on the mobile app. I don't ever touch the desktop on Fridays when I'm doing the mobile app. You cannot build screens on the mobile. That is correct. All right, that's what you say. All right. Yes, I can't build the screens on the mobile. I have to build them on the desktop. All right. Let me go take a look at these. Create a watch list, and let's call this, what's today's date? 8/23/24, customer picks. Click on OK. Let's go peep them out. What's at the top of the list? Progressive, GoDaddy after it. ServiceNow, Amir is number 3. At the bottom of the list, though, is a blockchain. I think crypto, as long as crypto can get back above 60,000, crypto stocks are going to move. I was looking at 2 of them this morning. I was looking at Hive and Hut. Those are 2 that I did like. ARBK doesn't look so sweet. BWXT, up about 1%. ARC, yeah. Walmart, I don't know what's going on with it. That should be a good play. All right, let's go peep these out real quick on a 1-year graph. Bottom left, top right, rising earnings. That's on a progressive, relative value, relative safety, and undervalued. That's a good long-term play, folks. And it's hitting, a 1-year high. GoDaddy, I like the play, but curling over. Put that on a 3-month graph. I don't like that. And you know something? If I've got profit back here where the stock was going up, I'd be ready to take half off. Elmer says, are you watching today, Jerome Powell? He already talked. He talked today at 10 o'clock. I don't know if he's talking some more today, but he talked today at 10 o'clock. Tried to watch some of it during the Jockey Club this morning. So GoDaddy, I like the play. But from a technical standpoint, I'm ready to take half off the table. ServiceNow, put this back on a 1-year graph. A lot more volatility than I'd like to have on the stock. Amir, looking at it on a 3-month graph. Put this on a 3-month graph. I don't like the 2 days pulling back off of this level of resistance. But if you want to hold on to it, I got a hard line in the sand right at this level of support. That's where I'd probably take it all off the table. More speeches over the weekend for the Fed. Thank you, Ramor. All right, so that's what I'm looking at right now, and I'm watching the MACD turn negative. If I'm in it, I'm watching the 3 go below the 8, still above the 20. So the 20 shows I've got trend. But from a trade perspective, the 3 crossing below the 8, I'm ready to take half off the table. Uber, nice move on Uber, right at that level of resistance. The interesting thing about that is I'd like to see it break above. Notice that for the last 5 days or so, the stock is moving sideways. It's up about 0.7% today, which is great. All right. But I'm looking at that level of resistance. I wouldn't mind taking half off the table, locking some of that profit. All right, Martin, taking some of that profit. You know something, you can't go broke taking a profit. Vino, nice move. Big wick today, a little bit of a shooting star. Monday would be confirmation of that candle. That could be a possible reversal. With the big wick at the top. The bears could be selling into it, but it's got an open candle, which means the bulls have control, but the bears are trying to get control. It's up 1% today. I'd see on Monday if that 2-candle formation comes to fruition. Today it is a shooting star. If it's a down day on Monday, I'm willing to take half off the table. Walmart, nice bounce off support. Curling over, as you can see, right at that level of resistance right there, right? Gaps like to be filled, but I don't want to wait till the stock's price comes down to the gap to get out. 1 day doesn't make a trend. The 3 is still above the 8. I'd give it to Monday. If I get another down day on Monday, I'm willing to take half off the table. Okay. HEPS, I'm not feeling that. It's in a channel between that level of resistance and that level of support. The 3, the 8, and the 20 are all, I'm not ready to touch that. If I'm in it, I'm ready to take that off the table because I'm giving back into a lot of my gains right there. Ecom says, what is your criteria in Unisearch for top weekly picks? Let me get to that in a second. I'll show that to you. ARCC, right at resistance, 2 days down, having a hard time getting through that. I love this bounce up from support, MACD, the whole 9 yards. If I'm in the stock, I'm not panicking yet because the 3 is still above the 8, which is still above the 20. But I got 2 down days. That may be okay for me to take some off the table. ARC pays a 9% dividend. Now, that's a different story. If you're going to hold a stock for the dividend, you better make sure that the price decline that you see from here, that the price decline does not outweigh the dividend you receive. Does that make sense? If I'm getting a 9% dividend, but the stock has gone down more than 9%, I don't want to hold on for the dividend. And if I want to hold on for the dividend, it better be a darn good stock. This stock's got a lot of volatility in a 1-year graph. I do like the bounce off of this level of support. I like the move up. But I can still draw a trend line from that high all the way down to where it is. It's still in a downtrend. Watch that. It may be paying you a 9% dividend, but the stock is in a downtrend. Just keep that in mind. All right? And look at that. It takes a year to get to the 9%, and it's not worth it. If I'm going to be in a stock that pays me a dividend, when the stock goes down, the dividend has got to outweigh the downside. If it doesn't, then I don't want it even for the dividend. All right. BWXT, love this bounce. More bounce to the ounce. I love this bounce coming off this level of support and breaking through that level of resistance. That may not be a bad play. It's up 1% today. I'd really like it to take out that 3-month high, but if you want to get into it, I'd look at 12 cents higher than the high. I'd look at 12 cents higher than the high. Elmer says, is this live? I just answered. I just read your statement. I'm answering. Yep, this ain't Memorex. This is live. All right. ARBK, I like the move today. I think crypto's on the move, but right now it can't get past that level of resistance. I do like the MACDs playing a technical role, but I'm not feeling that just quite yet. All right, so those are the stocks. Now, I want to show you, you're talking about my top stocks. Let's go to, I'll do that before we leave. Let's go to stock pick idea. Let's go to screeners. Let's go to explore screens. Where is it? My top picks. Top. Where is it? Oh, I got to go to my screens. I forget where I put it. Top weekly picks. Let's go there. Let's go peep it out. There's a design. Primary, the sort is CI descending. All right. Secondary is symbol ascending. That's fine. Price greater than $1. Volume greater than 100,000 shares. The price percentage change is greater than 2%. You're welcome, Elmer. Relative value. I want fundamentally sound stocks. Relative value greater than 1.1, relative safety greater than 1.2, and comfort index greater than 1.3. So I like your question about what makes these stocks. I like that. Robert says earnings yield should be higher than dividend yield. Absolutely. Earnings yield, when people are looking at dividend yield, Robert, I love that because that's something that I always look at when I look at dividend yield. The company's got to be able to make enough money to pay the yield. That's why earnings yield. When you're looking at a stock, Jen, you're looking at a stock, and I want you to build a search, Jen. If you have the desktop, you want better dividend-paying stocks. You build a search that's got earnings yield greater than dividend yield. I promise you, you will be in better dividend stocks. The earnings yield has to be higher than the dividend yield because, and then look at the software and look at dividend safety. That's another proprietary indicator in the software. You do earnings yield higher than dividend yield, your dividend safeties will all be good. They will all be good. Companies have to show it can make money to pay those dividends. Absolutely right. That's why earnings yield should always be higher than dividend yield. All right. How many of y'all learned something today? Type a 1. How many of y'all learned something today? Just type a 1. If you didn't learn jack bone diddly crap, type a 2 in the room. I'm not judging you if you type a 2 in the room. Actually, I might judge you a little bit if you do type a 2 in the room. But the job that I like to do here did I just get kicked out of it? I just got kicked out of it. That was weird. The job that I like to always bring to you when looking at the mobile app is the power of the program. Wow, ARCC earnings yield is 0%. Robert, right on point. Jen, you probably don't want that stock, even though it pays the 9%. Don't get caught up. Don't get suckered into that earnings yield, folks. You want to get around that? Make sure when you're looking at a stock that's got a good dividend yield that the earnings yield, look at that. That was beautiful. But I was right on point just looking at the graph. I was right on point just looking at the graph. But Jen, that's a huge part. When you're looking at dividend paying stocks, you want that earnings yield to be, learn something positive or negative. Did you learn something positive, Lou? Did you learn something positive? All right. So, Uncle Glenn, you think Tesla is a good play? Right now, Tesla is freaking moving. Hey, take me off the screen for a second. I want to look. I don't know what the flying flip is going on with Tesla. I really don't. Especially when I look at Ford, pulling back on the, I just don't know. Oh, there's the bullish side of Tesla. Yeah, if I'm going to play Tesla, let's go look at TSLQ. It moved up yesterday. And there's TSLQ bouncing off support. Right now I wouldn't touch Tesla. Whether it's on, Carol says, I learned a new Glenism, jack bone diddly squat, probably. I think that's what I said. I probably wouldn't touch Tesla in either. It was up, the bearish side was up yesterday. Down today, I probably would leave Tesla alone right now until it can really tell me what it wants to do. All right. I learned a new, I forgot to mention that BDC, they have to pay most of their earnings to dividends. I've got a watch list of dividend DRIP, which is dividend reinvestment program. Same kind of thing. These companies pay a lot of their money back into a dividend. So that's in the desktop as well. Unsolicited nod to Ryan. Great recent short video on NVIDIA. What to know now and how to look at the chart info. Great review on use on any stock. And I think I'm going to take that to the next level on my NVIDIA video on Tuesday. He did a great job last night. All right, with that being said, now I got to go. I'm on time today. I'm usually never on time, but today was a good day, and there you go. I didn't have to use my AK. Today was a good day. With that being said, folks, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure, I got more AI stocks ready to pop for tonight's video. I'm going to show you how those stocks have been doing. I did a video on the 13th of August, the 16th of August, and then last night. So I've got 9 stocks altogether. If you want to see how those plays have worked out, once I did the videos, make sure you watch tonight's video. You're welcome, Norman. So I got more. Tonight will be altogether 9 AI stocks that were ready to pop or to rock. All right. Thank you guys for being in here. If you're brand new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button. If you did like what you see today, just hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Kwame says, I will be waiting. It comes out tonight at 6 p.m. Folks, have a great weekend. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Praying for people all over the world. Jazz, you're in my prayers as well. Odabu. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks.